Jaguar is moving forward with its second electric car and not just adding a new car, just like they did with the I-Pace. They're actually going to be converting this XJ, one of their flagship cars, throughout many, many years. Unfortunately, it's the last year that they're making it. I love this car. I mean, I guess I say unfortunately because this car has been a very much the Jaguar type of a car and an English brand type of a car. But of course, it's a gas guzzler, and it's great to know that they're having plans on reconverting it and retooling it into an all-electric car. I'll tell you about some of the potential specs for this car, who's going to be working on it, and where it's going to be made, and why this is so important for a Jaguar. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there, and don't forget the bell notification icon as well. That way you won't miss anything moving forward. All right, so let's talk about the XJ. Now, this is the flagship car of the brand, just like I said, but they are saying now that not only they're ending the run for the gas version, they're going to be converting and coming up with a new version that's going to be all electric. And the team that's going to be working on this is the same I-Pace team that created the I-Pace. Now, this is very important for a few different reasons. First of all, with all of its flaws, I-Pace is not a bad electric car. Unfortunately, the sales are not as great as I would have hoped. As a matter of fact, as you know, we just went over some of the numbers here, and what, 236 of them were sold. This is just the numbers for the United States. Thank you to Inside EVs for those numbers. And you know, they've never even crossed 300 cars, I believe, in the United States. Of course, they're selling it all over the world, but it's still, to me, not a ramp up. This is almost like a test run. At the same time, because Jaguar is not a big brand, those 236 cars is actually about 12% of their total sales, and you know that is something, that's something to build on. Now, Jaguar had a pretty tough year. They've lost tons of money, and they're obviously trying to retool. There's a Brexit that's kind of an issue that's coming up with them, but nevertheless, they really want to move forward. Now, whenever a brand comes up with an electric car, I'm excited about that. But when they're moving forward with the second electric car, I know that they're really starting to believe in this, and that's definitely very important. Now, let's talk about where they're going to make this car, because I don't think a lot of people know where they're making the I-Pace right now, but they're going to make it in a bit of a surprising place, I guess, for some people. But before we talk about that, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV coming to Europe and here United States at the end of the next year. Reserve your Byton by clicking on the link in the description of this video. It takes about 60 seconds because there is no credit card payment form. It's absolutely $0 down to reserve your Byton. So if you haven't for some reason already, go ahead and reserve your Byton today. All right, so we've talked about I-Pace because, I expect the technology to be very similar to that. I'm assuming they're going to improve the battery a little bit at the very least. I think the biggest complaint from enthusiasts, from electric car enthusiasts, is the I-Pace has a very wasteful battery. I personally don't think consumers really care. I mean, I'm talking about people who just want to have a car that has over 200-mile range, which is really what most consumers need, tops. And of course, the charging rate is important, but they have a decent charging rate as well. So I don't think people care how wasteful the battery is. But as long as it can support 200+ mile range in the new XJ, I think this is going to be a non-conversation, again, outside of our nerdy electric car community. Now, they are going to be building it in the UK. They're retooling their factory. Right now, the I-Pace, I don't know if you know this, it's actually made by a third party, by a contractor in Austria. But it looks like they're going to keep that there with the retool of the factory and start making XJ. I don't see them, really using the third party for too long if they're going to have their own factory to do the XJ at. I'm assuming they're going to also share many not just parts but technology. Now, one thing that I don't quite understand is that the brand that Jaguar is partnering with in order to come up with the electric powertrain and some of the electric powertrain technology improvements is BMW. And as you know, if you've been following my channel, that is not the brand that's exactly ahead in any way, shape, or form of electrification. As a matter of fact, they're pretty much behind. So I don't know if they're just trying to help each other out so both brands can really elevate, or maybe Jaguar knows something that we don't, and BMW maybe does have some technology that Jaguar can benefit from. Now, I don't want to completely poop on BMW because they have been making the i3 for quite some time. They started making the i3 before it was kind of a, even a compliance car, and they've stuck with it for a while, improving it little by little. So, and I think they're about fifth generation of electric technology, so they do have, I guess, something to share with Jaguar. I'm just saying I might have picked a different brand, but well, we'll see if it works, and I hope it does. So let me know if Jaguar is a brand that you kind of hoping to convert, maybe yourself or your family member to. Is this a brand that you would trust with electrification? By the way, they've also saying starting with 2021 models, they will offer at the very least a hybrid version, but hopefully plug-in hybrid version as well. So they're 100% behind this. So let me know if you trust this brand, and maybe if you have an I-Pace, I definitely would like to hear your feedback. And while you're at it, don't forget to get on our VIP list, which is absolutely free. We send out bonus stories with our newsletter every Saturday. It's free. Just go to e4electric.com/VIP. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.